So when we're talking about dimensional analysis, and just like in the last lesson, I told you that it's really important for you to truly understand like what it is and why we do it. With dimensional analysis is a way of doing math without needing equations. So we can take any type of value and we can take those units because all of our numbers in science mean something, which means when it means something, it's a quantitative piece of information. So we measured it in a laboratory to get it. So it tells us something. When we quantify data and we have these units, with the units, we can make them do whatever we need them to do to find a relationship. And you're going to see that by doing it this way, when you're given units, all of those equations you had to memorize in geometry or in algebra 1 or algebra 2 and algebra 3 and so on, even in calculus, you no longer need, because you can take those units and you can set them up in a way where all you're doing is canceling units and the math works itself out. So it is a great way to make units agree. And when we say that the units need to agree, it means they need to match. We can also take units and convert them into other units to get a better understanding of the relationship. So what is dimensional analysis? You may have heard of it as factor label. Factor label is a way of canceling out units. In order to do it, we have to have a known relationship. And that known relationship is called a conversion factor. So it is a relationship between two units. Okay? Using factor label or dimensional analysis, we can start deriving new units. So there are all of these base units used in science. So things like grams for mass, liters for volume, seconds for time. These are all basic units. And when we mathematically manipulate them, we can create things like miles per hour or meters per second. Or we can go even further and make it meters per second squared, meaning meters over second times second. So there's a lot of things that we can do. And all of these units, they mean something to us in science. So we're going to look at how to do it, how do you do factor label or dimensional analysis. From here on out, I'm going to call it dimensional analysis because it's what we use in the college chemistry level. We can take these units, standard units like you're used to seeing, like feet, and we can now convert it into standard metric units like the meter. Okay, and we're going to look at basically focusing in this lesson on the metric